Computer games on aggression. Describe and evaluate research into the effects of computer games on aggression, 16 marks. Correlational. We use correlational studies to investigate the relationship between covariables, and we usually use this research method to study short-term effects of computer games. Violence in computer games and aggressive behaviours have been investigated through correlational studies. Research to support this was done by DeLisi, who studied juvenile offenders or with serious aggressive behaviours such as gang fighting. Structured interviews were used to gather data on aggression and violent computer game playing. Findings revealed that the offender's aggressive behaviour was significantly correlated with how often they played violent computer games and how much they enjoyed them. This suggests that there's a well-established link between computer game violence and aggressive behaviour. This suggests that the validity of correlational research into computer game violence's effects on aggression. Methodological point. However, a weakness of this research is the poor nature of the research design. As it is a correlational study, there is no random allocation or manipulation of variables. This means that we cannot establish cause and effect, as it ignores other factors such as substance abuse, which could be contributing to the aggressive behaviour. This reduces the validity of using correlational studies to investigate the effects of computer games on aggression. Meta-analysis. Meta-analysis brings together a range of studies to draw a conclusion on the effects of media-influenced aggression. Further supportive evidence for this link has been investigated through a meta-analysis on 136 studies, which included experimental, correlational, longitudinal research. Findings revealed that exposure to violent computer games was associated with increases in aggressive behaviours, thoughts and feelings. The findings were true for both males and females across collectivist and individualistic cultures. Researchers claim that it has the same effect as secondhand smoke and cancer. Importantly, the analysis also showed no indication that publication bias influenced the results. This suggests that violent game playing plays a huge role in aggressive behaviour. This in turn increases the validity and support for the use of meta-analysis to investigate the effects of computer games on aggression. A methodological advantage of this was that it used a large sample. A strength of this research is that researchers used a large and broad sample. By choosing a meta-analysis, we have a wide range of research that's a large sample, and in particular, this study provided findings which were true for not only both males and females, but also different cultures, thus reducing the risk of us imposing ethic. As findings are universally applicable, we can make accurate generalizations. This increases the population validity of using meta-analysis to investigate the effects of violent computer games on aggression. Longitudinal study by Robertson et al. Longitudinal studies can observe the changes that happen over time and help us to look at the long-term effects of media influences on aggression. Research to support media influences on aggression comes from a longitudinal study which investigated the link between what they called excessive TV watching in childhood and aggressive behaviour in adulthood up to the age of 26 years. Time spent watching TV was a reliable predictor of aggressive behaviour in adulthood, convictions for aggressive behaviour and violent crimes, and the diagnosis of antisocial personality disorder. This suggests that the most important media-related factor in influencing aggression may be the amount of TV watched rather than whether it has violent content or not. This increases the validity and support of longitudinal research into the effects of computer games and violence. A methodological strength. A methodological strength of this research is that it's a longitudinal study, which means that we're able to observe long-term changes over time at regular intervals. The participants were studied up to the age of 26 years, therefore, it allows us to collect a large amount of data that can pinpoint changes in their behaviours, such as when they began to become highly aggressive. Longitudinal studies can thus allow us to predict behaviour, a key aspect of psychological research. This increases the validity and support for longitudinal studies into the effects of immediate influences of aggression.